Look. I had to grow like 6 inches.
Morning, everybody.
Welcome to Snowmageddon 2022. Here are your updates. It's supposed to get bad. For Texas. Our power grid company already sent out a thing yesterday saying that we're under a energy watch.
Yeah, after supposedly getting their stuff together after last year, then they go on the news with our governor and make several excuses of why we may lose power again, have rolling blackouts again. And the storm, this is a big storm coming in, probably the biggest one we'll have all year. Possible single-digit temperatures and ice, which is one of the bad things that we get in Texas is ice. So, and you know, they're saying like 1/4 of an inch to maybe 1/2 an inch in certain areas, which will definitely have, you know, power lines down and stuff like that. The power grid, you know, can't affect that, you know, can't control that.
No.
But so we're preparing for the cold, preparing if we lose power. We learned some lessons last year, and we're going to try to implement some things that we learned and get ahead of it. So we're going to get the animals prepared. Shannon already got the pool prepared. We'll show you all that. Yeah, so.
Yeah. We're as prepared as we're going to be.
Yeah, so, and we'll show you all kind of some of the stuff we've got. We're definitely not going to show you all of our prepping stuff, and everybody's going to come back and say, well, you need to have this, you need to have that. We probably have it, we just may not show it. But we're going to show you what stuff specifically for this storm and this weather, what we have. So, you want to show them the pool?
Sure.
And tell them why you did this?
Hold on, I gotta get, the wind is on my neck. So last year, when we had Snowmageddon, we went, I think I read last night, it was 138 hours below freezing. And I did not drain my pump before because it really was not supposed to get that bad.
Well, remember we were at Great Wolf Lodge.
We were at Great Wolf Lodge,
yeah.
But it was also like 70 something degrees the day before. So anyways, I thought, well, I'll just run my pump while it's cold and it'll keep it moving. Well, 2 things happened. 1, we lost electricity. 2, my pump was frozen solid. So once it did thaw out, the freeze busted both of the pumps and I had to buy all new equipment. Not this year, I got smart. So we drained it below the pump line. All the hoses are drained, all the pumps are drained. The pool is down. It's probably 3/4 of the pool is full right now, and it'll be frozen solid. But fingers crossed, this does what it's supposed to do. As far as I've drained everything out, and it shouldn't bust anything.
There's no water standing in the pump over there,
No.
and there's no water in this, so.
No. Last year, because that's a sand pump, last year it froze because the water and the sand literally became one solid block of ice, and there's a tube in the middle of it, and it just shredded it. What's the word? Shredded it? No.
Shredded it?
But there's another word.
Freighted it?
Freighted. I don't know that that's right. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
Another thing that we did, we have plenty of propane, but we called the propane company, and they were supposed to be out here yesterday, but they dropped the ball, so they're gonna be out here today to get that topped off. So we're gonna put a tarp on the big chickens or just the silkies?
Just the silkies.
There's our spires, our stalkers, still watching us. Everybody was a good sport about the title on that video. Sometimes people get really, really mad when we put titles like that. So, but that video hasn't gone on Facebook yet, so that'll Facebook peeps aren't as friendly and nice as YouTube peeps are, generally speaking. There are some nice ones on there, but when they want to be mean, they're a lot more mean. So they don't hold back. Yeah. Not to say that
they let us know. They let us know what they think about us, and they also let us know what they think about our kids.
Yes. Not to say that there are some of y'all on Facebook that are really nice to us, but there's some on there that, and we can handle it. We're big kids. We can handle it.
Except when it comes to the kids.
Yeah.
I don't handle that part well.
Mom gets a little feisty. All right, so we're not gonna do anything for the big chickens. Last year during Snowmageddon, got down below 0. We did put a tarp around their coop, but we're not going to. Like 10, 11 degrees is what we're at. And when they're all in there, they produce a lot of heat and they keep themselves pretty warm. The silkies we always worry about. And so we're gonna put a tarp around them real quick.
They don't have as much meat on their bones. I don't know why this Wyandotte does not stay like.
Yeah. Skylar jumped a rabbit out of the brush pile this morning and almost got it. Almost. If she'd have had another 100 yards, she'd have caught it. But he made it to the fence in the front of the house and beat her.
Around it, if it will, as far, and then just put feed sacks on the front of that. Because.
What's it? Go down there.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, y'all, out in the shop. Got the chicken situated outside, and I got all this stuff out last night. Last time, we keep calling it Snowmageddon. We assume y'all know what we're talking about, the big snowstorm we had last year. Not just a snowstorm, winter storm, severe cold weathers, all that stuff. The lesson I learned from that is just, it was trying to get all this stuff out. You know, we have it in different places, trying to get it all out last year. It's a little more difficult, so I just decided to get all this stuff out and have it ready, and maybe, you know, save some time having to do all that when the storm hits. So let me start from the beginning. Storm is moving in this morning. As we speak, the wind's kicked out of the north. We hit our high temperature of 40-something degrees this morning, and it's going to fall throughout the day, and it's supposed to start raining this afternoon. That will turn into ice overnight, and then snow tomorrow, and we're supposed to hit a low of 11 degrees, I think, is the last I saw, and that'll be on Friday morning. Today is Wednesday morning. So, a couple things. Our water is provided by a local water company, and they get the water from wells, and those wells are powered by electricity. So if we lose power for very long, the tanks they have that are full will get used up, and then we'll be out of water. That's what happened last year during Snowmageddon. So we've topped off all the animals' water. It's probably going to freeze anyway. We have some water right here that we keep, and I think there's 10 gallons there, and then we're going to fill up the bathtubs probably tonight before we go to bed, so we have water to flush toilets and stuff. Again, I said this earlier, this is not all of our prepping stuff. We have a lot more stuff than we could ever go over in one video, but this is stuff specifically for this situation. We do have propane heater and a propane stove, so we can cook on our stovetop if we lose power, but just in case, this is something good to have on hand anytime. This is an off-brand of a jet boil. It's a Camp Chef brand. You can boil water in this in a few seconds, or not a few seconds, a few minutes, and you know, to make ramen noodles or something simple like that. And I've got bunches of these fuel canisters for it. Another thing I can't go without, my coffee. So I got my coffee percolator. I can cook that on our stove top, like I said, or if something happens, we have a little Coleman stove that we can use also. Lantern, obviously self-explanatory. This is our Rock Pals little battery generator that they sent us. We have a solar panel for it, also a giant solar panel they sent us. This thing, I charged it up last night. It's fully charged. We can run a small light off of this. We can charge our phones off of it, all that kind of stuff. This thing will come in very handy. I wish we had this last year here in Snowmageddon. For heat, we got two things if we lose power. This right here is more of a shop heater. It runs off of a normal size propane bottle. That one does it's close to the floor and it puts off a lot of heat. So you can't run it like on the carpet. So we'd have to put something underneath it so it doesn't get the carpet too hot. That would be our second choice. This right here, portable buddy heater. This will heat up at least one of the bigger rooms in our house, our living room or something like that. If we lost power for an extended amount of time, you know, we could run this and heat up the living room. We all just stay in the living room. And I have an adapter hose for it, so it will run off of one of the propane bottles for your grill. And with our taxidermy business, we have a bunch of propane bottles, so we could run that heater for days, weeks probably. So, and then the other thing we have, and I plan on upgrading this soon, but is our little gas generator. We have this gas for it, and we have more gas. You know, we could run that generator for several days, week even, with what we have. But I do plan on upgrading that to a much bigger generator, hopefully here in the near future. So, yeah, our biggest concern is either rolling blackouts or ice. Ice could definitely become a big issue. You know, I've lived in Texas my whole life, and I remember several ice storms that we've had over the years, or a handful anyway, and it gets pretty crazy. You know, it doesn't take much ice on tree limbs for the limbs to start falling, and on the power lines for the power lines to start falling, and makes things pretty dicey. So, speaking of that, you know, this is probably a little bit of overkill. But if we did have trees down, we were trying to get out of here in an emergency situation, like taking somebody to the hospital or something like that. I like to be prepared. I don't want to have to, you know, wait for an ambulance to come if something were to happen, God forbid, but just to be prepared. I got my chainsaw. We actually bought this here recently. I've never even used it yet, but I have this with me. If we did have to go into town for an emergency situation and the roads were bad, we had tree limbs down, that would definitely come in handy to clear a path if we had to. Some of the roads out of our little area here have some big trees around them, so like I said, that's probably not going to happen, but it's better to be safe than sorry. That's one lesson we learned last year, is you can't be too prepared, and you know, rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So guys, I know there's a lot of talking on this video. Just being prepared for us is something we've gotten a lot more into over the last year or two. A couple more things, but all of our vehicles are full of gas just in case. We've already kind of started talking to the kids about what the plans are. The good thing on this storm is it's not going to last as long as Snowmageddon did, and it's not going to get as cold. Possibly single digits down to like 10, 11 degrees maybe, which is still really cold, but not like it was last time. We'll definitely be leaving faucets running, leaving cabinets open to keep pipes warm, things like that. Your normal stuff. But like I said, this is not everything we have, not even a drop in the bucket. This is just stuff specific to this storm. But y'all leave in the comments what are y'all doing to prepare if you have a winter storm coming your way. Anything that we didn't share with you that we missed. If we didn't share it, we may have it. We just didn't think about putting on this video. But definitely like to hear y'all's input on that for sure. And we'll keep y'all updated on what happens with the storm. You know, check out our next video or two. We'll be updating you on what happens. Hopefully we can get through it without any pipes bursting, without any of our pool equipment breaking, and not losing any animals, stuff like that. Last year we had a pig, our feeder pig, that we had gotten early, a little too early, and we had to keep him alive through all that, and it was an ordeal. We managed to keep him alive, and he was fine, but it was a lot of work on our part. So yeah, let us know what y'all are doing to take care of your animals, your property, all that kind of stuff. Hope this video helps y'all a little bit. Maybe y'all saw something that you didn't think of and can add to your prepping stuff. We are definitely not professionals at prepping. We're very new to it, and we're open to any kind of input you have. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see y'all again.